Even Gerrard, I've always tried to avoid this story. Now I think we need to talk about it because I think he's really on the verge of losing his job. Very, really, really on the verge of losing his job. He looked like one of the most and best managers were coming out for when he was at Scotland at Rangers. He looked like he was creating something meaningful when he was still in academy with Liverpool. Now what has happened? I'm gonna tell you my thoughts on Aston Villa versus Fulham, Fulham versus Aston Villa. My thoughts on what is about to happen moving forward concerning the manager wise, because I think things are going crazy. So click the like button, subscribe to the connect. Let's get into the video. So hello guys, we are back again with another video. This is the Football Connect. So yesterday we witnessed Aston Villa playing against Fulham, and they were humbled. They were humiliated. They got a red card from Lewis, but even though before the red card they were already losing the game, and they were trying to come back into the game. Tyrone Mings made some crazy mistakes, which led into a goal. A lot of things were just happening, which caused a havoc in this team. So my question is this: how long does the manager have? Because we heard that there were chances that were being shouted. So Twitter is broken in at this moment, shouting that they want Steven Gerrard to be out of Aston Villa. Now the question is this: exactly what will happen now? Because Aston Villa is a proud team. It's one of the biggest teams that we know in the Premier League. They are 17. They are number 17 in the league at this moment. They are very close to be relegated. They're just, I think, 3 points away from the team that is in the relegation zone. Or in fact, they are actually sharing the same points with the team that is in the relegation zone. With the Wolves with 9 points, Aston Villa has nine, Leeds has nine, and Everton has 10. So, in other words, what we're saying is this: Aston Villa is one of the teams that are candidates for relegation. But when you look at the squad that they have, if you look at the players that they bought, the likes of Philippe Coutinho, the likes of Douglas Luiz, who actually signed a new contract, and the likes of the players that they do have at their exposed, that can change the games, the big match games, change big game changes, and all the players that they have, you will be worried as a supporter. You will be worried to say, what exactly is wrong with us? Is it that we are just not that good, or our manager is failing to actually produce the best out of this team? And at this moment, it looks like the whole world, every Aston Villa fan base, is running with the fact that Stevie G is failing. Is he really failing? Now let's look at his overall success. I haven't recognized the games that have been played, the recent game that was played, but I think we can always add it. He has played, I think now it's around 58 games as a manager at Aston Villa. Of those 58 games, he has 8 draws. He has 12 wins, and now he has 18 losses. That is fraud. That is fraud for anybody. Doesn't matter, because I do really respect Stevie G. Is one of my favorite. He is my team club's legend, by the way. The guy who was meant to replace Jurgen Klopp after he leaves Liverpool. Now the question now that comes is this: maybe we rushed it too early. Maybe he's just not yet ready, and he still needs to learn the game and what the qualities of the game could be changed so that he can be a better manager. Because looking at how much this team is falling, looking at how they look like they are no longer playing for the manager, it tells you a lot. Maybe with the way he's handling his players behind the scene, it tells you a lot of how he is feeling his team and his supporters in terms of producing results. He's trying to play the club game. If you know what the club game is, to take the blame of all the failures that the team is doing away from from his team to him. And I don't know if that will ever help him to become a better manager, or would that ever help him to find sympathy against the social media or against the mainstream media, or maybe the fan bases. But that's what he's doing. But all in all, this just tells you that it's a recipe for disaster, and it's building so slowly to a point where things are about to be worse. Or, in fact, I just have to be honest with you, things are already worse. his win run is really at its worst. He looks like he still needs some experience and in the championship, because being a good manager, it's not just something that you just find. It takes time. Look at Graham Potter, the way he started from Division 1 until he came to Brighton, to the Cherish, came in and he built one of the biggest teams. Now he's at Chelsea. When you look at this CV, it tells you how much he has been gradually learning to become a good manager. And I always felt this about this managers, the likes of Steven Gerrard, the likes of Frank Lampard, that they just rushed to the big jobs before they were ready. I was okay with the Steven Gerrard being at Rangers because I felt like that was a good team for him to build his CV to become somebody. But he ran too early from Rangers to Aston Villa. Aston Villa is one big Premier League team, and everyone knows that. And I think if you don't produce results, they don't care who you are. I think they're gonna throw you away. And I think that's exactly what's about to happen to Stevie G. I think he needs to go back. Go learn from the academy side. I'm talking about championship type side. Learn his craft and come in and prove to the Premier League if he's ready. You never know about time. Look at the Wayne Rooney. He went to America to go try to learn to be a manager. He came from Derby to America before he even thinks about coming in the Premier League. I think that's in a way the same way that he has to do with Stevie G. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you agree with my assessment of a Stevie G's untimely sacking, that it could be happening anytime soon, or that could have already happened? I don't know. I'm speaking, I haven't checked the media at this moment, but I think it's about to be sacked. Click the like button, subscribe to the Connect. Click here, by the way, on this side to watch my video where I was talking about what we learned from Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspur. Click here, by the way, to click the big match preview and review show. We cover so many of those things. But thank you very much for watching. Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. Out. Peace. Blessed.